The events unfold on a secluded island where everyone knows each other. However, something has disturbed the peaceful life of this place. A girl named Moll sings in the local choir. She has turned 27, and her parents threw a party to celebrate, inviting all the relatives and family friends. Moll appears thoughtful and sad. Clifford distracts her from thoughts by giving her a funny brooch. Clifford clearly has feelings for Moll, but she does not reciprocate. Suddenly Moll's sister Polly announced that she and her groom Spencer were expecting twins. All the guests began congratulating the couple. Moll was surprised when the mother told her to fetch champagne from the garage in honor of this event. Apparently, Moll's birthday was a less significant occasion. While the parents aren't looking, Moll gets drunk. She feels like a stranger in her own family, which constantly suppresses her. When the guests started barbecuing, Moll went for a walk along the shore. It was already quite late. Moll decided to go to the local club, just so she wouldn't have to go home. Almost immediately, a guy approached her and offered to dance. They partied all night, thinking of nothing else. Morning came, but Moll still didn't want to return home, walking with a new acquaintance. But then the guy started acting insistent. Moll wanted to leave. Fortunately, a passing guy with a shotgun stood up for her. Moll's offender got scared and ran away. Moll was frightened by the situation, but quickly realized her savior posed no threat. He offered her his help. Moll couldn't take her eyes off him, feeling something she had never felt before. The guy offered to give her a ride and began to show his concern. He was engaged in illegal hunting, but was confident the girl would keep his secret. There were various books about wild animals in the guy's car. He said that humans should also be classified in this category. Suddenly the police stopped the car. Moll asked the guy not to tell about the incident. She doesn't want her parents to know about it. When an officer approached, Moll and her new acquaintance pretended to be a couple returning from the club. The officer suspected nothing and let them go on. It turned out the guy was a craftsman. Moll, on the other hand, was a tour guide of historical sites, but this was a temporary job. He drove Moll home. She sincerely thanked him for his help. Hillary, Moll's mother, was very displeased that her daughter had been out until morning without notifying them. Moll apologized to her mother and promised it would not happen again. Soon Moll went to work, conducting another excursions. She doesn't like it, but there's no other income for now. Later, Moll saw that guy again. Learning that Moll recently had a birthday, he gave her a small gift, a book about wild animals. Hillary noticed her daughter talking to some guy. He introduced himself as Pascal Renouf. Hillary hurried to take her daughter away, but she returned to Pascal, telling him her name and offering a small job. There were things to fix in their house, and Pascal happened to be a carpenter. The whole family gathered for dinner. The news reported that a local girl named Melissa had gone missing. It's been happening a lot lately, but the elusive criminal has not been caught. In the following scenes, we see a dark figure in a cloak sneaking into a house in search of a new victim. But it turned out to be just a nightmare of Moll's. Just in case, she went to check if everything was okay. The window was open. Moll was startled by her father, who because of progressive dementia doesn't even remember whose house this is. On Saturday, as agreed, Pascal came to fix the bench. Moll watched him work, then paid him. Moll didn't want the guy to leave, so she agreed without hesitation when he suggested going for a walk. They were climbing the rocks on the shore, feeling the wind and freedom. It was at that moment that Pascal kissed Moll for the first time. The girl had never been so happy before. When she returned home, her mother and brother were outraged because she had forgotten she was supposed to be watching her niece. Hillary demanded her daughter answer where she had been. Moll tried to lie, but the mother immediately knew it wasn't true, and accused Moll of selfishness, forcing her to apologize. Moll couldn't hold back her tears. The girl feels like she is slowly going mad in the parents' house. Soon Pascal showed up at the doorstep, and Hillary clearly was not happy to see him. However, despite this, Moll invited him to join them for dinner. Hillary asked the guy various personal questions, including about his family. Pascal said that his parents passed away a long time ago. Polly boasted that her groom is a pilot. She also called Moll a savage and advised Pascal to be careful with her. Soon Moll and Pascal were already in the club. Moll explained why the sister called her a savage. It turns out in school Moll attacked a classmate who teased her. After that, Moll of course was expelled from school, so the mother homeschooled her, trying to root out all the bad in the daughter. Pascal was not at all embarrassed by this. In his opinion, everyone has the right to make a mistake, but one needs to be able to let go of the past in order to move on. Pascal and Moll danced, having fun and not paying attention to anyone around. After the club, they walked through the woods. Moll doesn't know Pascal very well, but she feels she can trust him. In the morning, Moll came home disheveled. That same day, people harvesting potatoes discovered a body. A forensic team arrived at the scene. All the news is talking about this terrible tragedy. Moll was surprised when Clifford, who was a local detective, asked her about Pascal Renouf. Melissa disappeared right after Moll's birthday, and the detectives want to recreate the full picture. Moll said that she went to the club around 10 in the evening where she met Pascal. According to Moll, they danced until the closing. Clifford confessed that Pascal had been on the list of suspects several years ago, but he always had an alibi. However, the detective was still not convinced of Pascal's innocence. Moll wanted to leave, but Clifford, against the rules, decided to show her Pascal's case. It turned out that he had a lot of trouble with the law in the past, including felonies. Clifford advised Moll to think hard about whether she should continue her relationship with Pascal. Moll simply left. She thought about this conversation all the next day. During the festival, Pascal came up to her and asked why she wasn't answering his calls. Moll said she was just busy. When Pascal left, Moll, after some hesitation, caught up with him and took his hand, asking for a private conversation. Suddenly Pascal noticed a brawl between several men and intervened. A fight broke out, and if officers hadn't arrived in time, it could have ended very badly. Later, while the couple were driving in the car, Moll confessed to Pascal that she had spoken to the detective about him. Pascal, being emotional, sped the car up to a high speed, but stopped in time. The guy assured his beloved that he had never hurt anyone. In the past he made mistakes, but that doesn't make him a bad person. When Pascal realized that Moll wasn't sure of his innocence in the disappearances, he got out of the car. Moll followed him, saying she lied to the officer for him. After all, they weren't at the club together that very night. Pascal, who confessed his love to Moll, cannot believe that she does not trust him. These words touched Moll, because no one had ever said such things to her before. She also loves Pascal and will be with him till the end. Soon there was Polly and Spencer's wedding. Pascal was also here. Many guests didn't like him, especially Moll's sister and mother, who said he was ruining the lawn. Hillary thinks she was too soft on her daughter and missed her upbringing. Moll was upset the whole party. Suddenly a waitress told Pascal that there was a dress code in their restaurant and jeans were not allowed. Moll stood up for her beloved, saying it was black jeans. Moll decided to make a toast and declared that she forgave her family for what they had done. The mother told her to get out. Moll didn't mind and was about to leave, holding Pascal's hand. Moll ruined the lawn, venting all the hatred that had built up over the years. That same day she moved in with Pascal. On the dress she was wearing on her birthday, Moll noticed something suspicious and quickly hid it in the closet. With Pascal, Moll feels absolutely happy. For the first time in her life, she is free from the oppression of her family. Soon the couple went hunting together in the woods. Moll had contradictory feelings at that moment. There was a knock on the door at night. It was the police, who had come to arrest Pascal. Moll was also brought to the station and interrogated. Detective Teresa Kelly was interested in what Moll did on her birthday. She told the same thing as she had previously told Clifford. When Teresa Kelly asked Moll if she knew a man named Lee Dutot, Moll replied that the name was unfamiliar to her. Then the detective showed her a photograph from the club. Lee Dutot was the same man whom Moll had met that night. This contradicted her previous statements. Nevertheless, she continued to insist that she had met Pascal at the club. After telling Clifford to leave, Teresa showed Moll gruesome crime scene photos. The detective hoped that this would compel Moll to tell the truth. According to Teresa, a monster like Pascal is incapable of love. However, even that did not help. Moll did not change her testimony. Teresa knows about Moll's dark past, so she understands that Moll will not cooperate. All Moll wants now is to leave. She cleaned up the mess caused by the police in Pascal's house and heard strange noises. Suddenly someone broke the glass and entered the house. When Moll removed the intruder's mask, she saw her own face. It was just another nightmare. Moll woke up when she heard a knock on the door. Journalists were standing on the doorstep. Moll hurriedly left the house through the back door. During the excursion, Moll began to feel unwell and asked the driver to stop the bus. It was unbearable for her. Moll decided to visit the clothing store owned by Tamara. It was her that Moll had attacked years earlier. Moll said that she was truly sorry and that she wasn't a bad person. According to Moll, she was just defending herself because Tamara used to tease her in school. Upon hearing this, Tamara told Moll to get out. On the same day, Melissa's funeral took place. Most of the townspeople came to honor her memory. Determined, Moll came too. Many found her presence inappropriate, but Moll did not leave. Polly started to worry and tried to take the sister away, urging her to return home. However, Moll had other plans. She approached Melissa's parents to express her condolences. Moll managed to escape before Melissa's mother attacked her. Two men followed Moll, demanding to know why she had come. In the parking lot, Moll screamed in despair, scaring them away. Her life had turned into a waking nightmare. Shortly after the incident, Clifford came to talk to her. Moll let him into the house. Clifford said they had caught the real culprit, who turned out to be a farmer. Pascal was innocent after all. With tears in her eyes, Moll hugged Clifford. She couldn't believe that this nightmare was over. Clifford said that it didn't change the fact that Pascal was a bad person. At that moment, Clifford confessed his feelings to Moll. However, Moll answered him very rudely. Clifford couldn't even say anything. When he left, Moll sat on the floor and burst into tears. Soon she was reunited with her beloved. Moll was the only one who believed in his innocence until the end. Once, Pascal confessed that his mother abandoned him when he was in prison many years ago. However, Moll said she would never leave him and would always believe in him. Despite the worst being behind them, Moll continued to be haunted by nightmares. Soon the couple went to the bar to have a good time. Moll confessed to her beloved that she wanted to leave the island with him. However, Pascal was not ready for such a step, as his whole life was here. This caused the couple to quarrel. Moll threatened Pascal that if he didn't agree to her conditions, she would tell the police that he wasn't actually at the club that night. This frightened Pascal, as if he had something to hide. He was on the verge of breaking down. Realizing that Pascal was capable of terrible things, Moll ran away. She went to Clifford's house and asked if there was irrefutable evidence of the farmer's guilt. Clifford was convinced of his guilt, but Moll disagreed. She admitted that she didn't see Pascal at the club that night. Upon hearing this, Clifford told her to get out. Moll went to the place where Melissa was found and lay down. In the morning, she returned home and called for Pascal, but he did not respond. The first thing Moll did was clean herself up. She was extremely nervous, not knowing what to expect. Soon Pascal returned. They asked each other for forgiveness for what happened yesterday. Pascal said he didn't mind moving, as long as Moll didn't leave him. Later, the couple were having dinner at a cafe on the beach, contemplating where they would go. Suddenly Moll told Pascal that she knew he committed all those crimes. But Moll was willing to forget about it, provided that Pascal would be completely honest with her. In Moll's opinion, she and Pascal are similar. They both are not who they pretend to be. In fact, Moll doesn't regret what she did to Tamara because she wanted to get revenge. That's why Moll understands Pascal like no one else and is willing to give him all her love. Pascal took her hands, promising that it's all in the past. That's exactly what Moll wanted to hear. Now they will start a new life together. Soon the couple were on their way. Suddenly Moll distracted Pascal. In that moment, she unbuckled his seatbelt and caused an accident. After some time, Moll regained consciousness. Pascal also woke up, but Moll intended to rid the world of this monster. In reality, she didn't believe they were alike. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss more exciting new products. Also, the authors will be pleased if you leave your opinion in the comments.